Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. It's new album review day. It's Wednesday. And for this episode, we've got in the co-captain's chair, Mr. George Lamie from In the Prague Seat. What's happening, my friend?
What's up, dude?
Ready to talk some instrumental guitar, fusion, prog, hard rock, metal, whatever you want to call this. A little bit of funk, a little bit of everything, right?
Yeah, we got a good one here.
Yeah, hell yeah. This is the 10th solo release from a guitar player who everybody should be listening to. He's been out for a while. We were just talking before we went on air. This guy's got a pretty long discography of solo records and various band efforts and whatnot. Some of you might remember him from a pretty cool prog metal band called Thought Chamber, which I thought were absolutely terrific. But here he is on his own with a couple friends. Michael Harris, Chemical Compositions. Look at that, pretty neat CD cover. Thank you, Michael, for hooking George and I up with this amazing album. We've got the little booklet here, which talks a little bit about the project, who plays on it. So who does play on it? So we've got Michael Harris on all guitars, keyboards, and bass on a few tracks. We've also got Adam Nitti on bass on a few tracks, Jeff Plant bass on a few tracks, and his brother's on here too, isn't he as well? Brian Harris on drums. Yes. So we got the two brothers going and a couple buddies on bass, all instrumental, 10 tracks, highly listenable. And this actually came out in late 2021. So here we are, another latecomer here in 2022 of a late 2021 album. It seems like half of the stuff I've been reviewing over the last 2 months have been things that I didn't get to in last year, but that's okay because people need to know about this. Highly musical, tons of amazing guitar work, really memorable melodies, memorable riffs. George and I were just kind of talking about how this album, I think, really kind of grooves and catches you and is, for my money, a lot more memorable and listenable than some of Joe Satriani's more recent albums, which are not bad at all. But I'm getting way more mileage out of this than I have out of Joe's last half a dozen albums. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's more varied. And
yeah,
when he wants to bring the heat, he can bring a little more heat than Joe. I mean, he's got a little bit more zip going on.
Yeah, I think so too. I like that this doesn't stay in one place for too long. And I think you just mentioned it before. It's got a lot of variety on it, like Nuclear Tri-Fusion, the first track. It's got a lot of funk going on there. It's kind of like he operates in like this kind of funk metal fusion kind of zone on a few tracks on here, which I really like a lot. There's some kind of bluesy stuff on here. You got the crazy acid jazz trip, which is exactly as it says it is. Nitro Burn Down is another blazer. I don't know. What are some of your favorites on here? There's a lot of really good material on here.
I would go with the two longest tracks, Surface Tension and Augmentia.
Yeah,
I think they're the two proggiest tracks too.
Yep.
He's a big prog guy, so that's no surprise. And I also like Identity Crisis. That's like the hard charger of the record.
Yeah, it's really good. I would say the couple tracks that you mentioned remind me a little bit of like instrumental Thought Chamber. One of the reasons I really like that band is, his contributions. I mean, that whole band is just great, but they brought a little something to the prog metal table, I always thought. And I wish we've, heard, it's been a while since we heard anything from them, and they really haven't given us a lot over the years. But also for those who like the more kind of bluesy, emotional type of thing, there's a Dopamine Swing, which is actually a pretty cool song. It's the last one on the album, which I think is kind of fun as well. But the whole thing is really good. If we were to give folks 3 tracks to check out, Identity Crisis Retorts is a blazer. Nitro Burn Down is great.
Yeah,
New Tri-Fusion is great. Augmentia is really, really good.
There's even two softies on here for his Sensitivo side in Anti-Gravity and Resonance.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit of everything. Really tasty tone. It's very well produced. Really well produced.
Oh, the guy that does this mixing and mastering, he works with Antoine Fafard. He's Italian guy. Really, really good. This record sounds great.
It does. really does. And even though, these are mainly vehicles for lots of stellar riffs and solos on, the guitar, obviously, it's not a, hi, here I am, listen to me shred for 10 songs. It's not that at all. I mean, the melody always is the number one most important thing. And, let's face it, we both listen to a lot of instrumental music. And it doesn't always happen where you put on an album like this and instantly after the first listen, you're already remembering certain melodies in your head. Doesn't always happen. Usually an instrumental album, regardless of whether it's fusion or metal or prog or what have you, you got to listen to it a few times before it all starts to sink in. I mean, I was grooving to this right from the get-go, and already half a dozen songs, I was like, yeah, I'm hearing them long after I stopped listening to them. And I
think I messaged you and said, how about that earworm melody on the first song? I mean, even up to the first listen, I had that thing going in my head 2 hours later.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's, one of the reasons why I brought Satriani up early on in this conversation is because I think that was what was so great about Satch's music back when he first burst on the scene. I'm not saying Harris is new to the scene because he's been around for a long time, but a lot of Joe's initial albums were so great because they were so musical and memorable. Yeah, the guy could wail and shred, but he was delivering all that amazing playing in songs that just stayed with you. That's what I get with this album a lot.
He does like a verse chorus kind of thing.
Yeah.
But just playing the melody on the guitar instead of vocals.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And so can you tell guys we like this a lot?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, George has been communicating with Michael for a while, and he mentioned that he watches the show and he would love to see us review the new album. And have we heard it? So I'm just kind of upset that this kind of passed me by last year. But Michael, if you're watching, and I'm sure you are, thank you for sending this over. Going to get a ton of mileage out of this, and it's on Imminent Music Force Records, I guess. Right.
I think it's self-released. That's him.
Self-released, yeah. It's Limited Music Force, yeah. And for those watching, he's got, if you get this and check it out and you like it, he's got a lot more. He put out Orchestrate 2, Rage and Restraint in 2019, so that was right before the pandemic. Faded to Burn in 2015. He did another Thought Chamber album in 2013. Transfused in 2010. He's got some of these albums under the Darkology name. He's got Arch Rival, Surgeon. I mean, he's got various different bands and what projects that he's played in, but there's a plenty of other solo records. So, but start with this one.
Record to record, it's very different. He's got the 2 Orchestrate records. Obviously, they're neoclassical. Then he's got a lot of different vocal bands that are all pretty different. I mean, he's got a lot to pick from.
Yeah. Really talented player. So check it out. Michael Harris, Chemical Compositions, fairly new, late 2021. If you haven't heard it, go check it out. For fans who are into Satriani and Vi and all those guys, but Vinnie Moore, Tony McAlpine, but you might find this a touch more musical, at least I think I do. Tons of groove, tasty playing, really memorable songs, and lots of variety from song to song, which is always welcome. So go get it. 4.5 out of 5 star, easy for me, I think.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, cool. So there you have it, everybody. Let's see, do I have a link for you?
It's michaelharrisguitar.com.
Yeah, michaelharrisguitar.com. Check it out and go pick yourself up a copy. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. Thanks to George Lamie for sitting here in the co-captain's chair for me on this one. I think that's it for this Wednesday as far as new album reviews, unless I have a couple extra minutes and I can put together the tie table review. If not, I'll just save it for next week. So we got a couple others that have come in that I'm saving for them as well. So for George Lamie, I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. Tune in tomorrow for the Monsters Den. It's Ray Harryhausen Day. We're going to be ranking the 15 films that Ray Harryhausen contributed his wonderful stop motion monster, creature, and dinosaur effects to. So that's coming up tomorrow. And then we got Friday morning, the Funhouse with Martin Popoff. Saturday is the UK Connection. Sunday is album homework assignment. We will have Monday off from the Hudson Valley Squares this week, but we'll be back. George and I will both be back. Well, actually, George, you're not on the Bronx Seat next week, are
you? No.
Yeah, but George will be back in 2 weeks on In the Prog Seat. And till then, see you real soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.